Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. I have recently tried out sports anime. I've finally done it. It's something that a lot of people who, are fans of anime still, do not delve into because a lot of people are like, I don't watch sports regularly. Why would I watch a sports anime? But even though I do apply to that general group, I have decided I have gone out and finally watched sports anime. Particularly one. Just one currently. May watch more. And how was this experience? Actually very good. What did I watch? Oh, something like very, well known, something well praised, haiku or something. No. I watched Uma Musume Pretty Derby. Yes, you heard me correctly. I watched Horse Girl Racing, the show. Am I proud of myself? Not really, but man, did I actually enjoy the hell out of this anime. It came at a big surprise. I was actually memeing about it with a few of my friends. I was like, bro, this show, it's just so goofy. The synopsis is there's these horse girls. It's kind of a thing. There's just horse girls for some reason. They exist among regular humans. Regular humans do exist in the world. It's not just a whole world filled with horses, girls. And pretty much there is a sport pretty much like, derby, just watching horse racing, like, regularly, but it's just with horse girls. So it's kind of like track in a weird way. I still don't know what sport it's actually trying to be. It's either track or horse racing. I can't really tell on that department, and I think it's something that can actually be argued to some degree on either side. Nonetheless, the show was wildly entertaining for me. I don't know why exactly. I think it did have a little bit more connection to me when I was like doing sports, because in my past I did sports things. Crazy, right? And I don't think I would have had that same type of relation if I watched something like haiku or something that is a team-based sport, something like football, hockey, basketball, volleyball, stuff like those where it's just two teams going up against each other. I don't know how much I would have liked it in comparison to what this is, which is kind of a sport that is only one person wins. It's one for all. There's no real teams. You just have to go against each other. Because I've never actually been in any big, team-based sport, but I did BMX racing in my past. It's definitely one of the weird ones to hear, but yes, that's something I did do, and it is a sport that's pretty much racing, where only one person wins. There's really no teams. The only teams that really are relation to sponsorships, kind of similar to how this show is. It did have that good concept of teams, where it's like there's this one coach who trains this amount of people, this for that. There's probably some money getting tossed around, blah, 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 whatever. No semantics in this show. It's literally a show about horse girls racing each other. And surprisingly, I was able to enjoy the hell out of it. It really speaks a lot to the show. It's animated from one of my favorite studios, being PA Works, so, surprise, it had that going for it. Even though the animation isn't superb on the show, it's used CGI a couple times, but I was able to hide the CGI pretty well. I did know it was there at certain points. I'm like, well, that's CGI. But it's like, it wasn't for important stuff. It was often like things in the background or stuff that's not really supposed to draw your eye in comparison to what is the important thing, which, don't worry, they didn't do CGI there. So I think they did pretty good in that department. Animation was all very good. And I was able to really enjoy the show. I think the characters were actually very, very good. For characters, it was a 7-person team, Team Spica, with our protagonist being Special Week. Pretty much that kind of like, not antagonist, like a supporter rooter, the sidekick, I guess. Silent Suzuka, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm surprised I know as many horse names as I do. It's a little bit sad that's what designates my memory, but it has. There's other characters in that team. Gold Ship, Vodka. Of course, I have to remember Vodka. It's just such a ridiculous name. Crap, I'm forgetting the rest of them. What is it? There's 7. I'm forgetting the name of it. Good. Thankfully, there's a second season. I'll really get to burning them into my head once that comes around. But I enjoyed the heck out of it, man. I really did. It's even sad to admit that I shed a tear watching the show. Yes, you heard me right. I did shed a tear. I think it was like episode 9 or 10. It did have a moment where one of the characters gets a big injury, and there's the whole recovery process that gets kind of shown to us. Something I think I can also relate to. More stuff about me and my past in doing sports. I sucked my first time, Unrealistic, the main character was just rocking it in the first year. But, whatever. I got like 1 win in my first year of racing. Second and I think third year, I was doing definitely pretty good. Nothing to scoff at by any degree. I was actually one of the solid runners. But then I did actually have an injury. It was at the state champion race. It wasn't like in the middle of the race or anything. But I ended up breaking my jaw. Yes. The reason I do not have the chiseled jawline that you all want so I can be a absolute Chad is because I broke my jaw. I can't actually say that was the real reason I don't have the absolute Chad jawline, but I'm going to blame it on that. It ended up when I was like, man, it sucks. I also bit through my lip. If this camera is like 4K, you could be able to see like the scar under my lip where I like completely bit through. Epic. And I definitely did relate to that kind of like not getting into it, the whole mental state of really, being injured. You don't want to go freaking, crazy anymore once you injure yourself. I'm telling you, once you break your jaw, you're not thinking, all right, I'm going to go same speed because what was the speed you broke your jaw at? Oh yeah, that one. So I'm not going to do that. Like, your mind thinks that way. So I definitely related when I had one of the characters have a injury, and they had the mental recovery. They were in training. They were like sucking all hell. And like the big speech at that point, I was tearing up at it. I was tearing up, man. Real surprise. Should you watch Uma Musume Pretty Derby? You know what? It may be worth a shot. It may be freaking worth a shot. I'm not going to lie. I really freaking enjoyed it. It was a big surprise to me. Maybe sometimes I just like the weird stuff. That may just be a whole personality of me, but I definitely actually like this. I think, a lot of sports elements going to it. It had some pretty, nice characters, easy to follow, very cute, just wholesome characters. They do fun things. It does fit the cute girls do cute things type of show category. And, of course, one of my favorite things to see is that the theme songs, like the opening and ending, are performed by the voice actors of the characters. It's one of my favorite things to see. It's One of the things I really, really love. So, since the show's also kind of an idol show, it really showed that part in the end and a little bit at the beginning for a little bit of a joke. Did horrible at showing any of that during the middle, but that's fine. I didn't care for the idol aspect. The fact that we did have voice actors singing the opening and ending was pretty freaking epic. I actually love those songs in particular. They're quite... They slap. But yes, should you watch this show? Possibly. Possibly. Join the cult. Join the Uma Musume Pretty Derby cult that I and probably 4 other people are in. With that being said, that's it for the video. I just need to talk about this show because I thought it'd be fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked and enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.